Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today I have this very beautiful KTM 390 Adventure in front of me. Now this bike looks a lot different than the last time you saw this. Today I'm going to talk about two of the major upgrades that has gone through in this bike, one of which is related with the front suspension and the second is with the rear sprocket. Now if you want to know about the rest of the things as well, like the rims or the crash guards or any of the other parts, then I'll leave the link of my previous video in the iCards that will be popping up now, so you can check that out. And for the front suspension and the rear sprocket, here's what we have. So the first thing that I wanted to show you is the slightly altered front suspension, which has been raised by 2 inches. Now the spring and the oil pipe has been altered to raise the suspension by 2 inches. It is impacting 3 of the things in the bike. First is the travel of the front suspension, second is the ground clearance, and third is the seat height. Now increasing the travel of the bike makes sense. Increasing the ground clearance by 10 mm, again it's a huge plus on both the sides. Increasing the seat height could be a slight bit of a problem for some of the people, but trust me, it's not something that is not manageable. I am 5'8" and I'm able to manage this slightly taller version of the bike pretty easily, and it's a huge plus to have this upgrade. Now with the increase in travel of the front suspension, what you can do is really bash your bike around with stability. This is an upgrade which is mostly useful for the people who are in India. So this variant that we get in India doesn't have the WP Apex adjustable suspensions. Now as I showed you in my last video, this is JB's bike. So all of the upgrades that I'm going to show you that are on this bike, you can get them done from Asura Garage. They are situated in JP Nagar in Bangalore. And just to give you another name for reference, I think HDT Customs in Mumbai also has a similar kind of an upgrade to the front suspensions. Now moving on from the front suspension to the rear sprocket, this is aluminium made and it has 48 teeth. So the 48 teeth sprocket helps in improving the low end of the bike, and with the combination that we have here on this bike, including the BMC air filter, the 48T sprocket and the Duke 390 free flow exhaust, this bike practically has an insane low end now. I can really compare it to Duke 390. The low end is that good, and with the increased suspensions you also have the liberty of having a better posture. Every time that I bring this bike to you, it'll have something major, and these are the 2 major things that I had to show you today. Now all of these upgrades are done by JB on his personal bike and tested by him and then launched for us. So that's why most of the upgrades that you see on this bike I also have on mine, because these are highly trusted upgrades that the owner is making on his bike and then testing it out before he gives it out to us. Now the 2 major upgrades, we have already talked about the suspension and the rear sprocket. What I'm going to show you are a couple of more upgrades that I have also done on my bike. So 3 upgrades that I have also done on my bike post seeing this bike are the HJG aux lights, the rear view mirrors, and the free flow Duke 390 exhaust. There is another slight upgrade on this bike, which is this windshield. So I'm going to run you through really quickly about these things as well. So first, talking about the HJG lights, the 2 good things about these lights are these are much brighter than any of the lights that I've seen in the market currently, and the second thing is that they come in budget. They cost at around 4,500 to 5,000 depending on where you are. Now apart from the lights, which cost around 5,000 rupees, you'll also have to spend some money on the wiring kit and this switch. I was recommended to have the Mad Dog ones, so I have HJG lights and the Mad Dog wiring kit and the switch. That costed me at around 6,000 rupees as compared to the 8,500 which we have for Mad Dog. Now these are some of the good things about this light. The bad thing about this light is that it doesn't come under warranty. I had interacted with a lot of guys before going for these lights, and they all seemed pretty happy with it. They all had used it for a long time without any problems. So I went with these lights because the main purpose of light is to light in the street, and these do quite a great job in that. The second thing are these mirrors. So these are the mirrors from Husqvarna, Swatpillen and Whitpillen. These mirrors have exceptional rear viewing. I mean, this is nowhere close to the mirror that we get from KTM on our 390 Adventures. Now these look pretty rigid as well, and the KTM mirrors that we get in stock, they keep getting loose every now and then. I don't know how many times I had to tighten those mirrors in a local mechanic shop, but every time you go off-road, those mirrors get loose. I'm yet to test these out on off-roads, but for the time being, as far as I have ridden in city and in some of the bad roads, they are serving a much better purpose than the default mirrors that we get. These are the mirrors that come with the 790 Adventure as well, so why not? Now moving on to the Duke 390 free flow exhaust. So this is the stock exhaust exhaust that we get from KTM. This arrow mark, you can just ignore it. This is the Duke 390 stock exhaust from the showroom. All that has been done with the exhaust before fitting it onto this bike is the removal of DB color, making it free flow, and making a clamp here to attach it to the bike, because the Duke exhaust doesn't have a similar clamp here that attaches to the bike. So to put the Duke 390 exhaust on the 390 Adventure, all you have to do is really make a clamp here, make an attachment here, and make it free flow, remove the DB color. Let me actually turn on the bike. So here we go. So that is the exhaust note. It sounds pretty sweet. It's not too loud, not disturbing in any sort of senses. So once you have put this exhaust in place, the feeling of riding the bike changes. It seems like the low end has improved. It's just that this is a free flow exhaust with a lighter weight, so you feel the initial punch coming onto the bike, and it feels really great. Now coming on to the last thing, which is the windshield. This is made by Inscape Dreams. They are located in Mumbai. This is a pretty affordable windshield. I think this costs around 2500 rupees, and the part that is included in the package is this plastic piece which sits on the default clamp of the windshield that we receive on the bike. The mounting point of this windshield remains slightly different, because as you can see, it doesn't sit perfectly with the clamp. Rather, we have some bolts sitting here which are holding the windshield with the clamp. They are serving the purpose pretty well as far as I'm concerned, and as far as I've ridden this bike in this very short span. Now these were all the upgrades that we have on this very beautiful looking 390 Adventure. Talking about the pricing of each of these items, the upgrade for the front suspension will cost you 10,000 rupees. The price of the 48T rear sprocket including the chain will be around 8,000, and the price of the Duke 390 exhaust is around 5,000 rupees. Plus you will have to spend some amount of money making these kind of clamps to fit it on the bike. The clamp that we have here is a bronze clamp, so that costs slightly more, but including everything it costed me 2,000 rupees for all the clamps and 5,000 for the exhaust, so 7,000 in total for the whole thing. And now coming on to the mirrors, these mirrors will cost you around 1100 rupees. You can get them straight from KTM showroom. The HJG lights, I have already told you the pricing for that. The lights are 5,000 rupees. Plus if you are getting the Mad Dog wiring kit and the switch, then that will cost you around 1800 bucks to 2000 bucks. And that is pretty much all that we have on this beautiful machine. If you have watched this video until now, then you must also be wondering about the very beautiful stickering job that has been done on the bike. This is not paint, this is a full body wrap. This stickering job is making it look more like the 790 Rally. Very beautiful looking machine with most useful upgrades, I would say, that I have seen on a 390 Adventure. Most of these upgrades are also on my bike, except some of the major ones like the rear sprocket, which was done recently, and the spoke trims, and some of the major stuffs that you see on this bike which are not present in mine. But apart from that, the saddle stays, the crash guards, and everything else that you see on this bike is exactly the same as how I have on my bike. And trust me guys, it's a bliss to ride on this, especially after the suspension upgrade. The seating posture has become much better, and the bike is just eating up everything, every kind of dirt that we can throw onto it. The last time when I was riding this bike, I told you that I couldn't exclaim how beautifully this is riding, and at the current stage this is riding even better. Now I'm just on my way to Asura Garage to return this very beautiful beast to its owner and take back what is rightfully mine. So I'm back here at Asura Garage. Here's my baby. So back on my bike, and that is it for today's vlog, guys. I hope you found the information that I shared useful, and if you did, then do subscribe to my channel and do hit the like button for this video. That helps the channel and the video a lot. I hope you guys are having a wonderful time, and I'll see you guys in the next time. Ciao, happy riding, and peace out, folks.